Hey guys, Simon here from Simon Says Cycling. Today I'm going to give some advice to junior cyclists. When I was racing, I started at 12 years old racing, and it became really an all-consuming passion. I remember while my friends were out partying at the nightclubs, I was in bed on a Saturday night, at 9 o'clock, watching Tour de France videos, getting mentally ready for the next day's race. That was my passion as a junior. And I think it's really important if you have a child who's a junior or younger and is passionate about cycling, it's really important to feel that passion, but also not to put overly too much pressure on them. When I was a young athlete, I was fortunately very talented. I won my national championships as an under 13, under 15 on the road and the track. So I had a talent for the sport, but my parents didn't really put a whole lot of pressure on me. But I watched other kids around me who also had a lot of talent, but their parents put a lot of pressure on them, and some of them really didn't enjoy necessarily the sport as much as I did, or maybe they lost the joy because they had this added pressure, and many of them quit. By the time they were 17 or 18, they had quit because the motivation didn't come from within. So one of my main advices for parents out there is to not, just to feel the passion of your child, but not push them if it's not really coming from within them. Because if it's not coming from within them, then it's not going to be a long-term thing. It's just a short-term experience, most likely. The other thing is just to have fun racing the bike. With our Tour de France bike tours, one of our guides is Neil Martin, the father of Dan Martin, who's top Tour de France professional. And Neil is a top director sportif. He develops a lot of the young under 23 riders. And his whole philosophy is, just go out there and enjoy racing your bike. He's not so hung up on power numbers and all these things. He's very much about going out there and enjoying racing the bike. And Dan still brings that same philosophy today in his bike racing. And you've seen what a passionate bike racer he is at the Tour de France. Always attacking, never holding back, giving his all. Really loves just the sport of racing. He just loves it. So that's another advice for juniors as well, is don't get too hung up on the power number or having everything perfect. Focus on really becoming passionate of racing. If your goal is to be a professional cyclist, that is, your job is to race your bike. So sometimes we hyper focus on the bike or the power number or the diet or this or that. Let's just focus on the process, on how to be a great bike racer. What does that take? And having fun with that, that's so important, because if you really are passionate about racing, that passion will fuel you throughout your career. Hope you guys enjoyed some of those tips from many years of experience, and wishing you all the best with your cycling.